Module 1. Teacher Behavior. Effective classroom management is foundational for a productive and conducive learning environment. It involves a blend of strategies, routines, and teacher-student relationships that foster discipline, respect, and engagement. Classroom management is not merely about controlling behavior, but creating a space where students feel safe, respected, and motivated to participate. A well-managed classroom minimizes distractions, allowing students to focus more on learning and collaboration. Clear expectations and consistent routines are central to classroom management. When students know what is expected of them and understand the structure of daily activities, they can confidently navigate the classroom environment. This consistency reduces ambiguity, which is often a trigger for disruptive behavior. Teachers who communicate expectations clearly and reinforce them positively are more likely to create a respectful atmosphere. Another critical component is relationship building. Teachers who take time to understand their students' unique needs and backgrounds can tailor their approach to manage behavior constructively. Positive teacher-student relationships foster a sense of belonging, encouraging students to take ownership of their learning and behavior. Effective classroom management also involves proactive strategies to prevent misbehavior. This includes engaging lessons that captivate students' attention, reducing the likelihood of disruptive behavior. For moments when misbehavior does occur, an effective teacher employs fair, calm, and immediate interventions, reinforcing boundaries without damaging the teacher-student relationship. The power of teacher support in fostering student motivation. When teachers genuinely support their students, they foster a classroom environment that nurtures motivation and engagement. Students who feel understood and valued are more likely to invest in their learning as they sense that their efforts are acknowledged and encouraged. Supportive teachers actively listen to their students, creating a safe space where students feel comfortable asking questions, sharing ideas, and expressing concerns without fear of judgment. This relationship establishes a foundation of trust, helping students believe they can overcome academic challenges. Moreover, supportive teachers often recognize each student's strengths and needs, tailoring their instructional approach to accommodate various learning styles and abilities. When students experience this individualized attention, they feel seen and appreciated, enhancing their confidence and desire to participate actively in class. This approach also makes learning feel more relevant, as students perceive the material as something they can connect with personally, rather than as a set of abstract concepts. Additionally, supportive teachers encourage students to set personal goals, guiding them towards achievable milestones and celebrating their progress. This sense of accomplishment reinforces a positive association with learning and promotes resilience in facing academic setbacks. In an environment where they feel emotionally and academically supported, students develop an intrinsic motivation beyond external rewards or approval. Ultimately, teacher support creates a learning atmosphere where students are empowered to take ownership of their education, fostering a lasting motivation to succeed in school and beyond. The empowering effect of a well-managed classroom. When teachers achieve a well-managed classroom, they cultivate an environment that supports effective learning and professional growth opportunities. In a space where students understand expectations and routines, a teacher feels a sense of calm and control, which diminishes stress and creates a foundation of confidence. This sense of order provides the security needed to take calculated risks and implement innovative strategies that might otherwise feel daunting. With fewer disruptions and predictable behavior, teachers can focus on exploring creative approaches, such as project-based learning or group discussions, that require high student engagement. A well-managed classroom promotes a positive rapport between students and the teacher, where mutual respect and understanding become the norm. This relationship enables teachers to experiment with new teaching methodologies, knowing students will be responsive and adaptable. In this supportive environment, teachers feel empowered to try techniques that might demand more interaction or autonomy. They are confident their classroom management skills will uphold a constructive atmosphere even during these dynamic shifts. Furthermore, the freedom to explore new ideas without fear of chaos or classroom breakdown can inspire teachers to continuously improve their craft, adapting their strategies to meet diverse student needs. Teacher traits that enhance cognitive and effective student outcomes. Teachers play a critical role in shaping students' cognitive and affective development, fostering intellectual growth and emotional well-being in ways that extend beyond the classroom. One key trait is empathy. As teachers who genuinely care about their students' experiences and perspectives, create a nurturing learning environment that encourages students to engage deeply with the material. This connection fosters a positive emotional climate, enhancing motivation and curiosity, essential for effective learning. Additionally, teachers who exhibit high enthusiasm and passion for their subject matter inspire students to adopt a similar attitude, making the learning experience more enjoyable and stimulating. Students tend to absorb this enthusiasm, finding themselves more willing to take intellectual risks and delve into complex concepts. Another essential trait is adaptability. Effective teachers are sensitive to their students' varying needs and abilities and adjust their teaching methods accordingly. This flexibility ensures that all students, regardless of background or learning style, can connect with the material meaningfully, leading to better comprehension and retention. Teachers prioritizing clear and thoughtful communication also significantly contribute to positive student outcomes. By articulating ideas in an accessible manner and being open to questions, these teachers make it easier for students to follow complex concepts and feel confident in their understanding. Teachers who combine empathy, adaptability, and clear communication support students' academic success and foster positive self-esteem and resilience, helping students develop into well-rounded, motivated learners. The behaviors of authoritative teachers. Authoritative teachers foster a balanced environment where students feel guided and empowered. One critical behavior they exhibit is openly explaining the basis for their actions and decisions, helping students understand what is expected of them and why these expectations exist. This transparency builds trust, encouraging students to engage with the material and classroom rules meaningfully rather than through rote obedience. By sharing the rationale behind their decisions, authoritative teachers create a learning atmosphere, inviting students to see learning and behavior as interconnected, purposeful activities. Furthermore, these teachers skillfully promote increasing levels of independence and responsibility among their students. They recognize that developing self-regulation is a gradual process, and they allow students to make decisions within defined boundaries, gradually expanding their autonomy as they demonstrate readiness. This approach enables students to gain confidence in their abilities and decision-making, preparing them to manage their behavior and learning more independently. Lastly, authoritative teachers administer consequences in a manner that is both fair and appropriate, ensuring that responses to misbehavior are neither overly punitive nor inconsistent. Instead, they consider the circumstances surrounding an action, tailoring consequences to support learning and growth. This fair and thoughtful approach to discipline reinforces students' sense of safety and respect, as they understand that missteps are treated as opportunities for improvement rather than harsh reprimands. Through these behaviors, authoritative teachers cultivate a classroom environment that is supportive, structured, and conducive to personal growth. The pitfall of over-reliance on teacher authority in conflict resolution. When teachers take the lead in solving classroom conflicts through direct authority, the approach, though often efficient, can unintentionally foster resentment and hostility among students. This reliance on authority can deprive students of the opportunity to engage in conflict resolution actively, limiting their development of essential skills in empathy, communication, and negotiation. Instead of learning to navigate disagreements independently, students may feel compelled to suppress their perspectives to conform to the teacher's directive, which can feel imposed rather than collaboratively achieved. The sense of being overpowered or unheard can produce frustration, particularly if students perceive the teacher's decision as unfair or biased. This lack of autonomy in resolving their conflicts might also lead students to internalize a belief that they are incapable of handling disputes independently, reinforcing a dependency on external authority figures rather than promoting self-reliance. Furthermore, the quick authoritative solution may fail to address the underlying issues that contributed to the conflict, leaving them unresolved and potentially leading to future tensions. Over time, students may become resistant to teacher intervention, seeing it as a punitive measure rather than a helpful tool for personal and social growth. Fostering a classroom environment where students can engage in open dialogue and cooperative problem-solving promotes a more positive atmosphere, helping to prevent negative feelings from festering. By guiding students in developing conflict resolution skills, Teachers can encourage a more harmonious classroom dynamic that empowers students rather than merely enforcing compliance. The role of authority and positive teacher-student relationships. Building and maintaining positive teacher-student relationships relies on establishing trust and mutual respect. Two authority bases are essential in nurturing these relationships: referent and expert authority. Referent authority is grounded in the teacher's ability to connect personally with students, showing empathy, understanding, and genuine interest in their lives. When students feel their teacher values them as individuals, they become more open and engaged. A teacher who demonstrates warmth and kindness creates a supportive environment, encouraging students to express themselves and ask questions without fear of judgment. This emotional connection forms a foundation where students feel safe, respected, and motivated to learn. Expert authority complements this by grounding the teacher's position in knowledge and competence. When students perceive their teacher as knowledgeable and skilled, they are more likely to respect the teacher's guidance and take their instruction seriously. A teacher's demonstrated expertise reassures students that they are in capable hands, and this trust encourages a productive learning atmosphere. Students respect teachers who confidently share their subject matter expertise and adapt lessons to meet individual needs. The combination of expert and referent authority allows teachers to connect on both an intellectual and personal level, fostering a sense of security and reliability. This balanced approach is crucial for creating a classroom environment where students feel supported and inspired to learn, knowing they have a teacher who understands and guides them with knowledge and care.